What's up, Fantasy A-Team Nation? I'm your host, Josh Jenkins, and today's video, we are going to unveil our Week 3 top tight end matchups. But before I start the show, I'd like to welcome my co-host back. Welcome back, Zach.
Hey, thanks for having me, Josh. What's up, Fantasy A-Team Nation? Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate it. So, man, this Week 3 top tight end matchups, man. Let's do this.
Let's dive right in.
All right, so off the top, man, like we always do, you got your must starts. You got Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, George Kittle, Gronk, and Mark Andrews. All those guys we love every week, no matter who they're playing. They're pretty much, installed in those offenses, studs. So start those guys every week unless they're on the bye week or injured. So with that said, man, let's start off with the number one. I got TJ Hawkinson versus Baltimore's the 32nd ranked defense versus the tight end. I love this matchup. He went 8 for 9 last week for 66 yards and a touchdown. He had 2 red zone targets. Man, him and Goff, they have amazing chemistry already. Dude can flat out play. So he should have, I think, probably 75 plus yards or more and a touchdown, maybe 2. He's one of their most potent offensive players, and in the red zone, he demands the ball. So,
yeah, I totally agree. Let me give you a little bit of an example here. TJ Hawkinson, he kind of reminds me of Superman. He's got the flowing cape. Well, Hawkinson's got the flowing locks. So, he's the man. That's all I can say.
He does, man. He's pretty cool. Last year he was, as a rookie, and him and Tonyan both were really good. And here's they're both going to be on this list this week. So Tonyan's down the way here a little bit, but he's coming. So yeah, him and Hawkinson are amazing. And I don't know if it's the hair or if we're going back to the 80s or what, but he does. He's got the long flowing locks, and he's definitely Superman-like on the field in the red zone, especially. So love that pick for number one.
I love it as well. I think that's Jared Goff's go-to guy. It may be his favorite target. And as it shows, he's got good hands. Usually when the ball is in his vicinity, he's able to catch it. So
absolutely. They have amazing chemistry. And because Hawkinson's so big and everything, he's kind of like Kelce and some of those other guys that demand a double team in the red zone, which has opened it up for those other guys. What were those guys? Zephyr and oh man, I can't remember the other guy's name. But what's going to happen is you're going to show that Goff throwing to him, and he's such a stud like Kelce and Waller and Kittle and Gronk and Andrews, that it's going to open up more shots for the other guys, for those wideouts, man, and get the ball even more down the field. So I think that's an offense that's heating up too. The whole squad, but definitely TJ Hawkinson and Goff are on fire together. Kind of like Stafford and Cup. So
I agree.
All right, so number 2, I got Noah Fant. They're playing the Jets this week. Even though the Jets are ranked 12th versus the tight end, I still love this matchup. Fant's one of their number 1 options, and they're going to run a lot, I think. Remember, we had Melvin Gordon on the running back list. So with that said, Noah Fant had 4 of 6 for 33 yards and a touchdown. He had 2 red zone targets. He's the main red zone threat because he's so big and athletic like Kelce. He's starting to have chemistry with Bridgewater, so I look for him to have a really good game this week, even though it's against the 12th ranked versus the tight end Jet.
Yeah, I agree. Throw that number 12 out the door. I think the Jets just flat out stink. Their quarterback, he may prove to be good in the future, but the rest of the team, I think, is garbage. That's why I think Noah Fant, he's probably going to have double the amount of yards he had last week. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't have 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, I was going to say, I bet he gets somewhere between 60 and 75 yards this week. Like you said, a touchdown or 2. And he's so big and athletic, so he kind of gets a mismatch if they don't line up properly on him. So look for Bridgewater and him to build on their chemistry.
Yeah, the Jets, I believe they're just a low market team. you know, I don't
They're
think
struggling.
Go ahead.
I said they're struggling big time. Like what's going to happen is they're going to be a lot of 3 and outs on that offense, which is only going to give the offense for the Broncos to have more opportunity to go down the field. So, like I was saying, I think Gordon and Fant will both probably have great games. So it's another offense that was a question mark, but it sure looked good in a couple of weeks. First week and this week, I think they're going to do really well. So
yeah, I agree.
All right, so number 3, he could easily be flip-flop with Fant as Robert Tonyan. He's going against the Giants of the 28th ranked defense versus the tight end, so I really love this matchup as well. He was 5 for 6 for 73 yards and 0 touchdowns, but he had 1 red zone target. He's a big body guy, and he has great hands for how big he is. So with that said, I think he's kind of becoming one of Rodgers' more favorite targets in the red zone. So I think this week versus the San Francisco Giants, he could easily have 75 yards or more and a touchdown or 2. So that's why I have him here at 3, and he could easily be number 2. So him and that whole offense is heated up now. So watch for them to put up big numbers.
I agree. I expect to see, or at least hopefully see, the production this week that he had last week with that touchdown and them multiple catches that he had.
Well, as a rookie, he put up great numbers, so I look for him to go out and have good numbers. There's going to be some tough weeks, people, but most of all, he's going to get a lot of throws his way this year. You watch. So if you got him, start him.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So number 4 is Kyle Pitts versus the New York Giants. They're ranked the 28th defense. So I had messed up. So I'm sorry. Robert Tonyan was on the San Francisco, the 25th defense. I apologize. But so the Giants defense is similar, where they're giving up a lot of yards in the middle over the middle. So the linebackers and the safeties are having a little bit of trouble there. Kyle Pitts went 5 for 6 for 73 yards and 0 touchdowns and 1 red zone target. He's heating up. He's starting to build the chemistry there, and he's starting to show that he's a reliable, viable option for tight end. Because that offense, Atlanta, even though they've lost, Matt Ryan, he slings the ball like a gunslinger. So I look for him to have, moving forward, he'll have a lot more yards than he probably did. He seems to move really well for a tight end, kind of like Kelsey and Waller, this Pitts kid. So look for him to have a good week and a good season, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. I look for Matt Ryan to take advantage of those mismatches with New York secondary, be able to utilize Pitts and, connect with him on several attempts during that game. Hopefully he gets in the end zone this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he does get in the end zone. He's a big guy and he's athletic, kind of like Fant and the rest of the guys, Kelsey and Waller. So those guys, have mismatches in the red zone, tend to get the ball a lot. So I want to have a correction though. So I messed up. Tonyan was 3 for 3 last week with 52 yards and just a touchdown in the 1 red zone target. And we both agreed that he's going to have better numbers this week. He'll probably be somewhere between the 75 and 100-yard range, I think. So anyways, moving down the list of number 5 is Dan Arnold. He's versus Houston, the number 29th ranked defense versus the tight end. And we really love this matchup. We put him on the waiver wire video. He didn't get a touchdown last week. He was only 3 for 4 for 55 yards. But again, he's another player that's heating up. And I think that offense, as it moves forward, they're going to try to shut down the wideouts and the corner or the running backs. So with that said, I think Arnold's going to start getting more Sam Darnold's action going his way. They're building a little bit of chemistry. So if they, build on that going down the road, bye week start week 6, you could easily pick him up because he's on the waiver wire video and stash him. I believe this week, though, he has higher numbers this week, probably more targets and probably more yards since it's a week versus, they look at the same stuff we look at, so they know that they're weak versus the tight end. So they'll install more throws Arnold's way since he's shown that he's reliable and he's productive.
Yeah, I agree. I'm anxious to see with the Texans starting the rookie quarterback Wales, the defense from Carolina, how much pressure they're able to put on him.
It's a short week. too. It's a short week, and
Yeah.
that's why we brought it up in the running back video. I told you guys, I said, man, that Ingram, he's getting a lot of carries, so he's still available on the waiver wire in most of the leagues. So if you can go get him, go get him. He's gonna probably, they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna lean on him. So I mean, I think moving forward too, how long's Tyrod Taylor out? I think they said a couple weeks.
At least 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that, you know, that means at least for the future. And then by then, if he's going really good, if he starts to build on his progress, man, they're going to continue to go with it.
I'm wondering if the defense comes out and creates a lot of turnovers in that game. How hard are they going to lean on the offense if the defense can get them a big lead?
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, we never know what's going to happen, but I still look for him to put up at least the numbers he did last week and maybe more.
Absolutely.
But have anything else you'd like to add?
Nah, man, like I said earlier when we first started, this the amount of people that's been watching our videos is just astonishing. It's just mind-boggling. I can't get over it. So I appreciate all the love and support, people. It's really making us want to come back and do these videos every day. It's not like work at all to us. We love doing this. So, man, leave your questions and comments, like and subscribe, share it to everyone you know. We just appreciate all support, man. So keep them coming. We're going to keep making these videos.
Absolutely. As Zach just mentioned, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, put them down below and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And remember, friends, don't let friends auto draft.